I don't want to be the one to actually tell you this, but I have to, right? It's a channel for growth. No, for persons who are new to my channel and basically wondering like, who is this guy and why should I listen to him? I am a feeder master. I got my title within 4 years, and I'm basically explaining in this video what was like the major shift, like or one of the major shifts that I had to like really go through to get where I am today. And growth is basically impossible without it. So stay tuned, take some notes. I'm going to be giving some chess tips as well. So stay tuned and let's get right into it. All right, it's black to play in this scenario. White just made the move knight to e5. What would you play? And you can pause the video as well. I'm going to be giving the answer shortly. Now, for anybody who was thinking of this move, bishop takes d1. Well, nothing is wrong with thinking of the move, but it brings us to basically today's topic. And I'm going to be giving a test at the end just to make sure that everybody's on the same path. But bishop takes d1 is losing the game in one move to bishop takes f7, which is checkmate. All right? Now again, the rule of chess that you guys must follow, and it's again one of the major shifts I had in my career, which is no automatic moves in chess. A lot of person hear this one, very few implement it, and again it's the difference between persons who grow and persons who stay stuck. If every single move that you thought about was the best move, you would be Magnus Carlsen or Stockfish. The fact that you cannot come up with the best move 100% of the time, it means that when you see a good move in chess, guys, you have to practice to look for a better one. That is what's going to help you with the growth. Another person would be like, hey, all right, obviously I saw bishop takes queen and this is going to happen here. What happens if I just take his knight? It's the same thing. Then q takes h5 is going to win back the piece, and again, tremendous pressure on that f7 pawn, so that's not it. Another person would just have blind spots to areas like this, which is, how is white actually losing? This is now going to bring us to a chess tip. Whenever you're playing, be careful of your king safety. Just be like more alert. Whenever you're putting a piece on an unprotected square, double check it, because weaknesses like these are what can cause you to lose games. Now, just like that, white will be down a piece. And remember, I'm going to be giving a test at the end. I want you guys to ensure that you would not just watch this, but implement it. You are not Magnus Carlsen. Don't play automatic moves. Practice good chess and your rating will improve. Right? Let's go. It's black to play. What would you play in this position? And let's see. I'm going to even give you my thought process. No, knight to d3 looks amazing, but I look for better. So I'm like, all right, I want to play knight to d3. This is forking the king and the rook, but is there better? No, I try to find moves that look dangerous, like attack a piece. Example, even though my knight is under attack, I could counter-attack someone else's piece. Example moves like rook to h4, just showing you. It's not the best, but it attacks the bishop on a4. It's a counter strike. It's not the best move. I'm just giving you my thought process. These moves, in other words, it's gonna be very hard for you to like miss moves that could actually harm you if you practice this way. So knight to d3. Let's say that everybody here spotted knight to d3. Very good. We're now forking the king on the rook. And I know what you guys are saying. Why is Raheem showing this puzzle? Obviously, this is just going to be easy. We just win the rook and we win the game. Easy puzzle. Easy game. This is why you guys stay stuck. What should you play as black in this position? Now, again, for the growth, if you guys even see that you can actually take on e1, just take an extra 5 seconds in your games and be like, all right, I'm about to play this. but is there better? Because what we do not practice automatic moves. Let's go. So knight takes b2, and the king is vulnerable, and we just forked this king with that bishop on a what's this, a4. Yep. So remember, be careful of your king safety. Check for better moves. We're going for the test now, guys. The test. Make sure that you guys pass the test. Right, so it is black to play here. You have made it to the test. What would you play as black here? What should you play? Pause the video. I'm going to be giving the answer shortly. Let's go. Now, for every single person here who found the fantastic move, Q takes c4 to blunder this game in style, you would have successfully thrown away this game. Now, remember, don't practice automatic moves. And also, as a bonus tip, don't practice one move thinking. One move thinking at the low elo level is practiced the most, and it is going to send you downwards tilting faster than you can ever grow as well. If your thought process looks like this, oh, that's a free knight, let me take it, and you don't check what your opponent can do to counter, again, leaving a lot of ratings on the table, guys. You could take that down as a chess tip. After the queen moves, white is going to have the bishops basically dominating in your area of the board, and a very unpleasant position for black. Black can't even castle. Now, if you saw queen takes c4 and you tried to look for a better move and took on d1 and then and only then took this knight on c4, then you would have passed. Continue to think like that throughout your games, and yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Implement this, and see you again another time.